Why do bad things happen to good people? Have you ever asked that? I think it's one of the most common questions that people ask in life. We look at life around us and it seems like it's so unfair. It seems like bad things are always happening to good people. Why is that? If you want to know what the Bible says, you have to start with this. Do you know how many good people the Bible says there are? 0. Not a single one. So the Bible says that all have sinned. It says there's no one righteous, not even one. And so we have to get this out of our minds that we're good people. You know, if bad things happen in life, that's what sinners like you and I deserve. And yet it's still a worthwhile question. Why do bad things happen? Not just to good people, but why do bad things happen to Christians, to people who believe in God? The Bible doesn't explain all the things behind God's actions, but the Bible does give us one powerful answer for why God allows bad things to happen to his people, to Christians. In the book of 2 Corinthians, the Apostle Paul described a number of the bad things that happened to him. And here's some of the words that he wrote in 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 8 and 9. He says, "We were under great pressure, far beyond our ability to endure, so that we despaired of life itself. Indeed, we felt we had received the sentence of death." Does that sound bad? It sounds really bad, doesn't it? Bad things were happening to Christian people. But here's how Paul explains it. He says, "But this happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God, who raises the dead." As hard as those situations were for Paul, by faith, he could see what God was doing through it all. He could see that God was using those hardships, those bad things, to teach him to rely on God. And don't miss this. Paul was already a Christian. He was already an apostle and a missionary. He had dedicated his life to serving God and spreading his word. But did even Paul need to continue to learn to rely on the Lord? Absolutely. When you face hardships and trials in your life, right, we can't always know the reason behind them, but one of the reasons is always this. God is teaching you and me to let go of life in this world. He's teaching our hearts not to trust in people or things or possessions. He's teaching us to rely on our God who even raises the dead. When in your life it seems like bad things are happening to you, a believer in God, take comfort in this. God's doing this so that you would learn not to rely on yourself, but on Him. He even raises the dead. God bless you.